Hey everybody, Sega Man back here with a quick video of my Dreamcast collection. This is going to be part 1. I'm going to do part 2 of my Sega Genesis collection later, and part 1s of my other collections, and then go back and do part 2s of those collections. So let's start off with me showing you Monaco GP for the Sega Dreamcast. Great game, I've played it. It's pretty good. Vigilante 8, I didn't get too much into that, but I need to go back and play that one. Not a bad game. Extreme Sports, I picked it up at a Goodwill for $1. UFC Ultimate Fighting Championship, tried it out, it's not a bad game. Got another one here, this is Tomb Raider, The Last Revolution. Not bad for its time graphically, with everything rah-rah and about the new Tomb Raider game. This is a good one that I've had in my collection for a long time. Picked that up for a few dollars. Then we got the Dreamcast web browser, but it has that popular game on it called Swirl. And then we have, this is a great off-road game, 4x4 EVD. Not a bad off-road game for the Dreamcast at the time. Everybody loved this game. Space Channel 5. See the little graphic there. Very popular game for back in the day. One of my all-time favorite racing games in genre is Sega Rally Championship for the Dreamcast, which was a great game. Another great game here for it was Q*bert. Everybody knows Q*bert. It's a great game with some up-res graphics and different gameplay in it, which was pretty cool. This is a pretty cool, awesome game by Capcom called Heavy Metal. It's not bad at all. I've played it and it's actually pretty damn good. Not bad game. Another one we got here is called Soul Fighters. Not a bad game for your Dreamcast. Tried it out. I need to play more of some of these games, but I tried it out and it was pretty good. Time consuming, you know, some of these games. Resident Evil 2 on the Dreamcast beat this game. Great game for your to have in your Dreamcast collection. Pretty sure you can get it for a good price. Then we have Resident Evil 3 Nemesis. Beat that. That was a great game for the Dreamcast. Better graphically and more enhanced for Dreamcast than when it was on the regular PlayStation. A pretty neat game called Super Magnetic Neo. This was a pretty decent game, and it was kind of challenging too. Not a bad game. Everybody's already seen this game, the original Shamu for the Dreamcast. I played that game for so long. I beat it, but I loved everything you can do in it. You can play games in the game, which was really awesome. Another one I picked up for $2, the Kangaroo. Yeah, KO, the Kangaroo. Oh, it's not bad. You know, it was definitely worth the price. We got Frogger 2. Not a bad game for the Dreamcast. We got House of the Dead 2. Very great game. Everybody knows that game for the Dreamcast. And we got, this is a good racing game, Vanishing Point by Acclaim. Not a bad racing game at all for the Sega Dreamcast. And we also have another cool game for it, Tokyo Racer. That was a good game too on the Dreamcast. Played it for a while. Pretty neat, decent graphics at the time. This is a great game too, Four Wheel Thunder. Pretty decent game for Dreamcast. As you can tell, I had a lot of racing games for it. Need to get more into this game. Incoming. Some of these games I've tried out but never finished, but I need to try that one out again. This is a great game, San Francisco Rush 2049. Good graphically and really good racing game to get into, actually. Rippin' Riders, snowboarding game. It's not a bad snowboarding game at all. It's pretty decent. Then we got Crazy Taxi 2. It'd be cool if these came out on the Xbox One S. That'd be awesome if they redid this and put it on there. That'd be pretty cool to add Crazy Taxis to Xbox. I think that'd be really cool. This game I got for $1 in the shrink wrap, Urban Chaos. If anybody, I played a little bit of it, but let me know if you played this game and beat it, or if you liked it. It's not horrible, but it's an okay game. But I got it really cheap. One of the best Mortal Kombats for back in the day was Mortal Kombat Gold. My mother bought me this a long time ago for my birthday. Great game to have in your Sega Dreamcast collection. It had those one-button hit fatalities in it. Virtual Fighter 3. One of the best fighting games ever. Virtual Fighter is actually my favorite 3D fighting game, and then it's Dead or Alive. But this is a great fighting game, Virtual Fighter. Another great game, Dynamite Cop. This was a good game for the Dreamcast. Picked that up for $5 a long time ago. I think it's the second or third part to Die Hard, the Die Hard games. Another great fighting game called Plasma Sword. Some of these games have actually went up in price, but I picked this up on a cheap a long time ago for around, I think, about $7-8. But Plasma Sword was pretty different and unique by Capcom. So yeah, that was a pretty decent game. If you're into fighting games, you might want to look for that. Ready to Rumble Boxing. Very sought after game back then. Was very popular for a while. Was a great game. Ready to Rumble. Another great game on there is Last Blade 2. They call it Samurai Showdown on crack, but that was a really decent fighting game for the Sega Dreamcast. Played it a whole lot. Then we got Fatal Fury, Mark of the Wolf. You can actually get these on the Xbox store, but I have the original for the Dreamcast, which is a pretty awesome game by SNK. Not a bad game at all. Street Fighter 3 Double Impact. Another good game to add to your Sega Dreamcast collection. They were really known for their fighting games, Dreamcast and Saturn. Another cool game, Dino Crises. Picked that up for $5. Brand new a long time ago, made by Capcom. Got a little bit into that, never beat it, but it's a pretty gory game. This one here is very weird. It's called The Ring, Tears of Realm. I've never beat this yet, but it's very interesting and pretty creepy. You know, I picked that up for about $5 at a Pittsburgh Comic-Con, and it was like, I think, around $5, if I can remember correctly. Then we got Fighting Force 2. Not a bad game. Everybody used to talk about this game, Toy Commander. Pretty neat game. Back in the day, there were certain things you had to do to complete missions in the game. The original Sonic Adventure. Not a bad game at all. You could play that on your backup pad on your Xbox. MSR Metropolitan Street Racing. Not a bad game. Graphically, it was okay. It was pretty decent. Played this game religiously for a long time, over and over. Got all the costumes, everything. Dead or Alive 2 was the best version of Dead or Alive. Now, I have Dead or Alive 2 on PlayStation 2. It's pretty good. Graphics are pretty good, but the Dreamcast actually beats it in graphics and gameplay. I played them both, and the Dreamcast one just outshines it. It's a great game. Ready to Rumble 2 Round 2 Boxing. Great game. Has Michael Jackson in it, and Shaq, and President Clinton, and all them in it. Pretty decent game. Walt Disney's Magical Racing Tour. It's not a bad game. Picked that up on a cheap for a few dollars. And we got don't have the cover. It's they have the back, Dinosaurs. Got that for $1. It doesn't have the cover, as you can see, $1.75. I actually picked that up a few weeks ago. Miss Pac-Man Maze Madness, not a bad game. This is a good racing game. Test Drive Le Mans is a great racing game, and the graphics stand the test of time. This is a great, beautiful racing game. If you're into racing games and you have a Dreamcast, pick this game up. It's a great racing game. Then we have Street Fighter Alpha 3, another great game by Capcom. The best fighting game on the Dreamcast. The original Soul Calibur. People still play this today. It is awesome. You can also play it on your Xbox. Capcom vs. SNK. Another great fighting game by Capcom to come to your Sega Dreamcast. King of Fighters 99. Another great one. King of Fighters Evolution. A pretty good game on the Dreamcast. This game has went up in price. I've seen it outrageously priced. Project Justice for the Dreamcast is an awesome, awesome fighting game. Played it over and over. Great game by Capcom. Hydro Thunder. Demolition Racer, No Exit, another great crash 'em up game. Explorers, this was a great game too. Not bad. Kind of their answer to kind of like a, I don't know, not Metroid. What's that called? I can't think of it right now. But it's the Nintendo game. Sonic Adventure 2, not a bad game. The next Tetris. Centipede for the Dreamcast, not bad. Trick Styles, that was pretty awesome. Got that on the cheap a long time ago, couple bucks. Now I found this game at a Goodwill for $5. It is D2. I could never beat this game, but I was lucky to get it for that, and it even has the original sticker still on it when it was $50, $49.99. You can't see it by EB Games, but it is complete, man. I was so happy to get this. But D2 on the Dreamcast. Then we got another great zombie game called Zombies Revenge. They need to remake these games and put them on the Xbox or even all the systems, because it was a great game, I thought, and I think it would do well. Then we got some sports games there, but this is Legacy of Kain Soul Reaver for the Dreamcast, which wasn't a bad game. Got that for a few dollars back in the day. Then we got, let's see. This is actually good. Confidential Mission is a great shooter for the Dreamcast. I picked it up for $3 at a flea market. It is a great game. Then we got Shadow Man. It's upside down, Shadow Man. But we got Shadow Man. A lot of people play this on a 64 and Dreamcast. Pretty gory game, pretty airy, but I'm pretty sure you can get it on the cheap. Sega GT, one of the best racing games ever to land on the Dreamcast, which is awesome. Then we got Slave Zero. Picked that up for about $3 at Lukey Games. But it's not bad. Still didn't beat it, but that's gonna be part 1 of the Sega Dreamcast collection. I will come back with part 2 with the games I have behind it soon, but I wanted to give you a taste of all my collections of games that I have, making part 1s of them, and I will do part 2 to the other ones later. So keep gaming, guys. Thank you for always watching and subscribing, and have a good weekend, and just remember, game, be happy, peace. Xbox Addict for life.